My bad. Sorry about that. Shout out to everybody joining us tonight. Let's say this is Candid Convos. I'm your host, Quay Price. We got Vince on deck. We got Chloe on deck. Say what's up to the people.
What's up, everybody?
Hello, hello.
What's good? What's good? What's good? So we appreciate everybody getting back with us for another Wednesday show. Of course, you know we coming with another hot topic for tonight. Shout out to my guy Donovan as well, checking in, always supporting the show. We appreciate you, brother. We got a little bit of feedback. I'm trying to see. Hold on, let me see. I think that's coming off your side, Vince.
It is?
Yeah, some type of feedback.
I'll go out and come back in.
Okay, yeah, just come right back in, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's coming from Vince. Shout out to Kenyatta as well, checking in. We appreciate you. Always supporting the show, supporting the platform. Like I said, for everybody who's watching us right now, definitely drop a like, drop a share, and drop a subscribe on the YouTube.
Yeah. Subscribe on that YouTube. Don't leave us with the struggle YouTube channel. Don't do that to us, yo.
Yeah, but no, so definitely share out the show as well. I said, everybody who's watching right now, hit that share button for us. Let's say we're trying to get this content to as many people as possible. Let's say, we want to get everybody involved in these conversations. I said, because at the end of the day, we want to move our trajectory. We want to move us forward. And in order to do that, let's say we got to have these conversations, hash these things out, put solutions on the table, get all the perspectives involved, get everybody, collaboratively communicating. Let's say that is the key. All right. I'm going to try to let Vince get back in here real quick so we can get on into this show. Let's say we got another interesting topic. Yeah. So, I'm going to drop the topic real quick. Let's say then we'll see if we can get Vince back in here. Oh, you know what? I'm slipping. Look at that. All right. Topic for tonight. I'll marry you when you earn it.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, let me run that back. Topic for tonight. I'll marry you when you earn it.
Ooh, I hope y'all in here. Come on, like y'all need some backup.
Nah, I'm sure they're gonna pop up for this one. All right, Vince, go ahead and say something, man. Make sure you're good.
Oh, I'm good. Hello. Is that better?
All right. Yeah. Sound good, man.
Okay.
All right, cool. So let me also do this as well. So this is the link to join us on the panel. So you can drop this in your browser, your Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, your Apple device, whatever you got. So just drop that in your browser to let you join us on the show. And Donovan coming out the gate, he say spot on.
I told you.
All right. You can drop this in your device to let you join us on the show. Let's see, you do have the ability to cut your camera off if you're scared. We always encourage you to keep your camera on, makes a better engagement, puts you on the screen with us. And like I said, just makes everything very interactive. Shout out to Shantae joining us as well.
Right.
She said, hey, y'all. You know what I
Yes.
figured, just based on some of the posts from earlier, I figured Shantae was about to pop up tonight. So I know she ready for the smoke. All right. So I got the link in all of the chat feeds as well, so you can catch it on the Quay Price page, the Candid Convos page on Facebook, or the Candid Convos page on YouTube. So like I said, grab that link, throw it in your browser, and join us on the panel. I'm hoping I can get IT on here as well. She might pop up. So let me slide over to my guy Vince. You got a little something over there for us, Vince? What you got, man?
I don't have a fragrance this evening. I have to go through and see what what I have left.
That's right, because you've been hitting us.
I have to have some reruns.
That's all right. You've been hitting us every week. So
hey, that's fine, man. Like I said, you can loop us back. Like I said, it don't have to be new. Because at the end of the day, the repertoire is built up, typically for most men, is built up of classics. So we looping them boys around until them bottles empty. Then we might go grab something new. So you ain't got to come new every time, man.
Okay.
Let me get this comment. She says, because I think this. Let's see. I think this is what I'm going through. Oh, Let's see. I know Chloe about to give me some sound advice. Okay.
I'm gonna
Okay.
try.
All right. Well, like I said, I got two parts to this topic. Two videos came my way, slightly different, but tying back to the same thing. So I'm gonna kick off the first one, then we're gonna get into the second one. So let me do that real quick.
All right, now.
It's this one right here. Okay. All right. If y'all can't hear this, let me know. I said, shout out to my guy, Shusha Zed, for the video tonight. I said, he's got video number 1. So let me kick this off. Hold on. Starting without me. Okay.
TikTok video goes viral after woman reveals boyfriend made bet that if she lost weight, he'll marry her. And here's how this situation turned out. No more wasting time. Let's get it. All right, guys, so you saw it for yourself. This video has taken the internet by storm. First of all, congratulations to that chick, man. I think anybody who's able to lose substantial amount of weight to get in shape for your health, and especially for your partner in a relationship like this, deserves a round of applause. It's not easy, especially in this world where people deny facts about life and health. What I had to say. First comment comes from a gentleman and says, I see nothing but encouragement and a fun goal for her wedding day. It worked for her and him. Everyone else shut all that negativity the hell up. Yeah, the amount of men who wish this was their girlfriend right now or their wife who let themselves go, probably innumerable, right? There are a lot of men out here who wish their women would lose weight for themselves and for their man. Another person here says that accept me as I am mindset is why so many relationships don't last or advance to marriage. Yeah, that's so true. He goes on to say, nothing wrong with wanting someone to be better when you know they can. Same way if a man is broke and living with you. You may love him, but it doesn't mean you want that situation for life. But if he's willing to put the work in and elevate his finances, be able to be a good husband and provider, then there's nothing wrong with that. Your partner should want you at your best, this gentleman says, not take you as you are. Don't punish people for believing in you and what you can achieve and waiting to marry you until you step up. Yeah, this is some fact. Men who don't support this would have supported a woman who said, I'm not marrying a man unless he makes a certain amount of money.
All right. So that's video number 1. Like I said, shout out to Shisha Zed for the video for tonight. That's video number 1. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and knock out video number 2 real quick. Like I said, then we'll get into this conversation. Like I said, so the topic for tonight: I'll marry you when you earn it. All right, so let me cue up number 2, and then we'll get into this.
Why didn't you marry her? Or why don't you marry her?
Because you didn't earn it. You know, I speak for the men when I say a failed marriage is a loss for men. It drastically changes your life for the worst. And all men really ask is that you're at least worth the risk. You know, there are these BS concepts on this site, like a man will waste years of your life while looking for the girl of his dreams. Like, no, a man will spend years in a relationship waiting for you to become the girl of his dreams because he's already pretty much chosen you for that position. All he wants is for you to unlock that next level of commitment. But that will require humility. That will require you to let go of this take me as I am mentality, because I can tell you a man that doesn't respect himself will take you as you are. He won't require you to prove yourself. But a man that respects himself, a man that's masculine, a man that has any respect and reverence for the Most High will make you earn the prestigious position of wife. If you haven't earned it, you won't get it.
All right. I'll marry you when you earn it. All right. So yeah, a couple videos. Let me get this comment real quick before we get into this. Let's see. What's up to my guy, Kevin Palmer? He said it's a gray area. What's the intention is the key of a negative or of a positive. No, that's facts. That's facts. It's definitely all about intention. All right. So you guys seen the two videos. So the first video was about the young lady who, like I said, I don't know if you guys have came across that video, but that thing has went viral, right? It was about the young lady who made a bet with her soon-to-be husband, essentially that, you know, if she dropped this certain amount of weight, then they would get married. So as you see, the young lady looked like she got busy, you know, got her some supplements or whatever that was in the bottle, you know, got her workout on, did whatever she did, changed her diet, did whatever she did. And next thing you know, they were married. So clearly she held her end of the bet and she won the bet and got what she wanted. Of course, I'm sure you guys know that one triggered a whole bunch of people. Majority of the triggering that I saw was females. And I know a lot of the consistent comments was, you know, some ladies said they would lose the weight, but then they would leave him. Some of the ladies said, I'm not losing no weight to get married. He should just take me as I am. It was a plethora of things. A lot of, you know, folks calling my man selfish, calling him a manipulator, calling her I've even seen some people call her a pick-me. And I'm like, I don't know how that happens. But, you know, this is the stuff that was out there. But then at the same time, you guys saw the comment, you know, from the fella that said, you know, the ladies who would be mad about this would be the same ladies who will be supporting a lady saying that she would not entertain a man if he's not making a certain amount of money. So like I said, those 2 points do fall in line with each other. So yeah, I want to get y'all thoughts. Let's say, because I put up 2 videos. You know, the first one you guys saw, the second one you guys saw, you know, which was the lady asking the young man or asking men, essentially, why aren't they marrying? And essentially my man's response was, you know, she hasn't earned it. And then, of course, he gave his take on what he meant by earning it and so forth. So like I said, I thought this was a worthy conversation because I think there's a lot of misconceptions around marriage. I think there's a lot of misconceptions around relationships. And I also think that there's a huge issue when we continue to see this statement of accept me as I am or take me as I am. So yeah, I want to get y'all input. I want to see what y'all think. Let's say anybody in the comments, drop a comment. Let me know what you think about the videos. My guy KP says facts. But yeah, I just want to get y'all thoughts. So what did y'all, you know, what y'all think about what y'all just saw? Vince, Chloe, either one, y'all kick it off.
Well, first of all, kudos to the young lady who decided to invest the time, energy, and I'm sure resources that it took for her to lose the weight. We actually did a show where I talked about this, how men view women and that weight is an issue, but it's an issue for more than just aesthetics. Like, I think women need to understand that it says a lot to a man when you're not showing yourself enough self-love to take care of yourself. You know, like I think that's a major thing. A man can interpret your weight in a couple different ways. It's not just how you look, because there's some beautiful women who are plus size walking around here, but it's also the fact that at a certain size, it's very unhealthy for your body. And I think that people just don't understand that that's a big to do it too. Wow, if a man's going to marry you, right? that might be a consideration for him. You do need to be healthy. He probably wants you to stick around for a while. Like, I mean, I think that needs to be a consideration. It's not always somebody just trying to be selfish. Like, have you ever entertained the idea that maybe you're selfish? Like, why is it that you consider this to be a bad thing? And let me just say this. I don't know this man from a can of paint, but I like to think that this man had already decided in his mind that he wanted to marry this woman. He wanted to marry her. He just wanted her to lose some weight. So he probably wrapped this whole, wedding thing into, the marriage to kind of motivate her to go ahead and lose the weight. Like, obviously he was already with her when she was big. So it's like he probably was more so trying to motivate her to go ahead and lose the weight. And guess what? It works. I don't know why any woman wouldn't want to look good for their partner. Like, I don't know, and take pride in that. Like, I mean, let's just entertain this for a moment. Men have egos. All men have egos.
What?
And having an ego, as long as it's not out of control, and they know how to act and they know how to carry themselves, is not necessarily a problem. And a man takes pride in having his woman on his arm. You represent each other. So is it such a bad thing for him to care about that? Especially when your health is also a part of it. I think that sometimes as ladies, we know when we get ready to go out, we want to do our hair, we want to have our nails done, eyebrows done. We do all of this stuff just to go out. And a lot of times we're going out with our girls. So now why would we not think that when it's time to show up for our husbands and represent our husbands or boyfriends or significant others, that we shouldn't put just much time and energy into looking good? I just don't understand. Why would this even be a problem? Like, ladies, why are we getting triggered every time a man asks us to do something that requires some type of effort? That's what it looks like for me. Every time a man asks women in general, not all women, obviously, but women in general, to do something that requires effort, it's like, take me as I am. Since when do y'all ever want to purchase anything as is? You don't want to purchase a house as is. You don't want to purchase anything as is because you already know you're getting a fixer-upper. And ain't nobody got time for that. So now, why do you think a man wants to purchase an as-is product? Like, I mean, be willing to make some type of effort, some type of change. And shoot, do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. And hey, the way I'm looking at it, like, he wanted to motivate old girl, and listen, she's trying to walk down that aisle quick. So she got that body together. And I don't blame her. I would have did the same thing. You mean to tell me all I gotta do is drop some LBs? I'm gonna go to the gym. Like, this is crazy. It just, come on, y'all. Like, and at the end of the day, she benefits off of it twice. Twice she benefits off of it. So I'm trying to see, where's the problem? Where's the real issue? I'll wait. And then on top of that, the second guy, okay, so I'm hot and cold about the second guy. The reason why I'm hot and cold about the second guy is because I do believe that both parties need to earn it. I think that
facts.
And the way that men earn it, though, is different than the way women earn it, right? Because our roles are different. So as men coming to the table with resources and, coming to the table with the protection, the provision, and those types of, the leadership, then men kind of already have to sort of earn it, right? By default. Because if a man doesn't have a certain amount of, financial security, and that's a big one for women, because we want to just feel safe, right? We want to feel financially safe and stable. So that's a big deal for us. So men kind of already have to earn it. Like y'all, they already because we're not even about to. A lot of us not even about to entertain a dude that can't take care of himself. Like period. And I'm not saying that we should, but we won't. But for women, when the men says stuff like, "Oh, you need to earn it," we get triggered. Here's the thing. This whole dating thing, courting thing, whatever it is, it's supposed to be an audition. He's supposed to be finding out who you are, and you're supposed to be finding out who he is. So you guys can decide, is this even going to work? Is this something that can actually go anywhere? Right? That's the whole thing. If you never show him the potential partner that you could actually be for him, and when I say partner, I don't mean 50-50. I mean partner as in life partner. That's what I mean. Okay. If you don't show him the type of life partner you're going to be, then how is he supposed to make a decision? Like, what is women are saying, I don't want to cook for a man. That's wife stuff. I don't want to do this. That's wife stuff. Sis, I'm not telling you to make every meal, and I'm not telling you to fix his lunch every day if he's not your husband. I'm simply saying, why can't you make one of them date nights a day in and you invite him over and you cook him a meal, sis, so he can see what you do? This is all I'm saying. Like, come on, ladies. Like, the men, come on. The men want to know something about, if I look into my future, like, what is this life with her going to look like? You're supposed to be trying to give him an idea of that. If you sit back talking about what you won't do, what you won't do, what you won't do, then I mean, why the part that he's bringing to the table, his protection and his provision of his financial support. Okay, so then what if he starts saying, I ain't taking you out? Because see, that's husband duties.
Well, they're gonna be hot about that.
I'm not paying for meals. That's husband duties. It's like, ladies, we got to think about some of this stuff that we're saying. Practically speaking, it just don't make sense. That's what the whole idea of courting is. But see, y'all don't know how to court. Y'all date. And really, y'all don't even date. Y'all hook up. That's part of the problem. That's why you get so offended when a man say you got to earn it. It's always been an earn system. This ain't nothing new. Earning ain't new in 2022. It's just that people don't want to put no effort in no more. So when somebody say earn, they get triggered. You don't automatically deserve a man making six figures, a white picket fence, 2.5 kids, and a Benz in a garage. You don't automatically deserve that, sis. You don't. It's not dudes walking around. You walk down the street, boom. Here you go. Here's the life of your dreams, ma'am. Like, it don't work that way. You got to do something. Like, I just want us to be more, ladies, I just want us to be more realistic. Now, on the flip side of that, when you say earn, from him, I need a little bit more context. Because just like KP said earlier, that could go negative or positive. Because what do you mean when you say earn, right? It's some real wild ideas out here from men talking about women having to earn. Like, it's some wild ideas out here. So it really depends on, like he said, what are your personal intentions? What's your perspective? Because some of this stuff that men are saying are just YouTube talking points. You know, you hear it out in the streets, you hear it on social media, but it don't really amount to nothing.
Okay. You want to say something, Vince, or you want to ask me his comments first, man?
Yeah. Well, for the first video, it might have been a test just to see if she will follow.
There it is.
If he can really say something and she takes it into consideration and he's serious. It might have been a health thing. He might say, okay, well, she's a little overweight now. I want a couple kids. If she don't start working out now, then what's going to happen 2 kids down the line? So it might have just been a thing and a lot of times it's come to a point where men can't say nothing. Men can't ask a woman for nothing. Why can't you do it for a man? Most of the things that men do, we do for a woman, and we know that. So why can't you stay in shape for a man? Why can't you cook for a man? Why can't you keep the house clean for a man? What's wrong with that? If you are doing it for a man, so what's wrong with doing it for somebody? And I think that we go into these situations and we're selfish. And what I'm finding out, marriage is a very selfless thing. You have to go into it about what you are willing to give, not what you're willing to receive, because you'll always be disappointed. Now, for the second guy, I'm a little hot and cold on him too. But then I also think that so many women have not really dealt with the man that can get them in line, that they respect enough. You know, because so many women haven't had a father. Because I remember my grandfather telling my cousin, baby, you need to push back from the table a little bit. Because she was getting a little chunky at 13, 14. And some people might say, well, that's not right, but he understood. Okay, baby, you need to cut down on the chicken wings. You know, you go outside and run a little bit. So maybe it was a test to see if she would follow me. And if she would have said, well, no, I'm not going to do it for a man, then he might have said, well, you know what? That's not a good starting point.
Facts.
If I can't ask you something, we're not married, we don't have no kids. If I can't ask you to be dedicated for your own self, really. I mean, you're doing it for me, but you're really doing it for you. And that's what I don't get a lot of times too with this whole, well, you gotta cook and clean anyway. That's what. Well, I'm not gonna be. You gotta do it anyway, especially if you got kids. Who gonna feed? You gotta cook for the kids. You gotta keep your house clean anyway. So that's what I don't get. The second one, I'm a little iffy on that one.
Okay, no, I'm not mad at that, man. No, you made some good points, man. And let me do some of these comments. Then I'm gonna respond. Get a comment. So Kenyatta said, "What is a pick me? That does not make sense for a woman who wants to be in a healthy relationship and or marriage." You know what, Kenyatta? So, man, it's probably a million different definitions of a pick me, but essentially, what I see, it just seems like a woman who wants to be cooperative with a man. Like that's what I see, and those typically are the ladies who are labeled pick me's. But it makes no sense because at the end of the day, why wouldn't you want to cooperate with a man? Like I don't see what like Vince was saying. I'm not seeing the issue with some of this stuff. Like it just don't make sense. But yeah, we labeling females pick me's now. You know what I'm saying? If they cooperative or if they happen to agree with a certain position that a man has, and they happen to agree with it, then they get labeled. So yeah, that's what that term is about. Let's see. Shantae said, let's see, I want to be better for me, not a man. She said the approach was shallow. Let's see, but he knows his partner and clearly knows what to say to motivate her. So you know what, Shantae, let me say this. I said, I want you to respond to this too. Is it okay for you as Shantae to say that you want to lose weight versus a man saying that he wants you to lose weight? Let me know what you think about that. I'm just curious on your response to that. Let's see. Donovan said a healthy working relationship is 100-100. 50-50 won't work. 50% of anything is failing. Okay. No, I feel that. And like I said, I think Donovan at this point, we know that 50-50 that never even equates properly. Like I said, the ratio is always off. Percentage is always off. So yeah, we're going to throw that 50-50 out the door. Let me see, get this comment from Shantae. She said, I agree with the word audition. I think earn is a trigger word, like you said, because engagement is essentially passing the audition. Let me think about that for a minute. Let's see. She also said him saying lose weight to my health is one thing, but for it to almost be an ultimatum isn't right.
I think he would have married that girl anyway. I don't think. I'll put it to you this way. I don't think that I don't believe that he hadn't already decided that he wanted to marry her. Because why would he have made that bet, taking a chance to have to marry her at the end if he wasn't already wanting to marry her? So, but like you said earlier, I think he knew what would motivate her, just like you said, and he knew that would work. So he's like, okay, bet you want to get married? Fine. Okay. Lose that weight. We're going to get married. Because he had already, I just believe he had already decided. Because if he don't want to marry her, why even play with her like that and say that? I believe he already had decided he wanted to marry her, but the weight may have been an issue for him. Like, that is unhealthy, or we do want to have kids. What happens, when we have down the line? But I mean, that's what I'm saying though, Shantae. Like, I get what you're saying, but it is for her health though. Like, it is for her health. Even if he didn't say it that way, right? Like, even if he didn't say it's for your health, but it is for her health because she is going to be healthier, not carrying all that excess weight around.
Yeah, Shantae want to know something. She says, so if she didn't, what would he have done? Shantae, I said the long story of that is he was going to marry her regardless.
I think he was going to marry her.
Yeah. No, it's confirmed.
I think. He confirmed it. They confirmed.
Yeah, no, it's confirmed. He was going to marry her regardless. That's why they made the bet.
I figured.
And I'm gonna have to agree with Vince on that. I think for the fella, it was more of a test, to see if she was gonna roll. You know what I'm saying, with the plan. And then too, like I said, it's also a test to see if she is motivated. Yes, I don't know if a lot of ladies realize that about men. That's a part of that audition that we're talking about. I see we got a trigger warning on the word earn. Well, I'll just use audition for now. That's a part of that audition. Yep, a man definitely wants to know the woman that he is making a lifetime commitment to. He wants to know that she's motivated. Yeah, but I'm not just talking about no money. I'm not just talking about trying to run no business. Like, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about being motivated in life. Yep, a guy needs to know that because when he's not around, he needs to know that his wife is motivated enough to make things happen if he's not around. Yeah, but that's important. Yeah, that's a part of that stability in the household. So like I said, some of these things, I know we look at them, from a surface perspective, but like I said, but a lot of these things honestly are foundational. Yeah, these are things that men are foundationally considering, before they ask or propose to a woman, and with the goal of essentially getting married. So yeah, I need the ladies to keep that in mind. Like I said, this stuff is, these videos that we see and tell deeper stories than we actually consider. Let's see. Donovan said marriage is work. Too many just focus on the ceremony, not the day-to-day or not the day in, day out hurdles. That's facts. Yeah, we got a lot of folks who they want the wedding, but they don't want the marriage. But I want to slide back to something else that Vince said earlier so I can try to get an understanding of what the heck is going on. So Vince talked about the fact that he made a point about the woman and respecting the man. And essentially the man has to earn the woman's respect. He's got to show her some things. He's got to show her via his actions, his plans, his structure, his strategy, his provision. So my question to everybody is, when we see that men already live this life, like Chloe said, why? What is the triggering really about for the ladies? Yeah, because I'm just trying to figure something out. Like I said, guys already know we being critiqued as soon as we come around. Yeah, y'all checking out our height. Y'all trying to see if y'all can catch a print through the gray sweatpants. Y'all trying to see if we can dance a certain way. Y'all trying to see how much money we make. Y'all trying to see if we responsible. Y'all trying to see how we interact with our mothers. Y'all trying to see how we interact with kids. Like, y'all checking all these things. Y'all looking at our careers and jobs and titles and how we dress, our shoes. I mean, you name it. Beards, all of that. So we getting critiqued the whole time. But looking at some of these videos, looking at some of these comments, it's almost like ladies don't want to be critiqued. But y'all can critique the heck out of us, though. And like I said, some of these comments, even the comment that was on the first video where it said that, the ladies that are upset about this man making this bet with his wife about losing his weight before they got married would be the same ladies that would be supporting women saying that they don't want to entertain a man if he's not making a certain amount of money. So essentially, what you're telling a man is he has to earn your attention, your interaction, your engagement based on how much money he make. So what's the difference? Like, why shouldn't a man get triggered by that? Because I mean, men don't. At least I don't see men getting triggered by it because we already know that come with the territory. But I'm trying to understand what is the female triggering that takes place every time there's some type of critique or requirement. Let me get some of these comments real quick. Let's see. Donovan said the trigger for ladies is submission. Oh, we know that, Donovan.
I was going to say that.
You can't make this shit up.
Go ahead, Vince.
I was actually going to say that about this whole triggering thing. Everything is a trigger.
Mm-hmm.
You tell them to cook, oh, that's a trigger. Oh, you control it. No, I want a meal.
Right.
Bruh.
And my thing, and me and Remy talk about something. I was like, we got to get over this relationship trauma. All these bad relationships we done had, including myself. I was single for a long time, had bad relationships. You got to let all that go. You got to clear all that out, because at the end of the day, you picked that fool. You picked him, just like I picked him. I can't bring the one that wouldn't cook for me and didn't want to do this. I can't bring that and say, well, she said this and that remind me of something. No. Deal with your relationship trauma.
Right. Facts. No, that's real right there. Let me get some more of these. Let's see. Shantae said, I knew I was being critiqued. Let's see. When he complimented me on my relationship with my mom. Yeah, no, that's facts. Like I said, dudes are paying attention to this stuff. So I said, I don't know why the ladies over here getting triggered up. She said my type. That's all good. I know what you're saying, Shantae. She also said real women can't wait to be submissive. Wait a minute.
I got questions.
We all got questions. Let me say this real quick.
Stop the cap.
All right, go ahead, Chloe.
Oh, you do. Okay, well, no, I here's the thing. I would agree. Like I would think real women can't wait to be submissive too. But then if that's the case, can I finish, guys? Well, if that's the case, then why are there so many women triggered by the whole idea of submission? Like, are we then saying that these women are real women? Because there's a lot of women that are triggered. You can even say the word submit, and they be ready to attack. And you're like, wait, let me give some context. Like, real submission to a man who is in a position to lead and lead well is beneficial. Real submission it's a peaceful existence. right? You're operating in your feminine energy because they go hand in hand. You can't be operating in feminine energy and be a truly feminine woman and not be willing to submit. And here's the thing about submission. Submission is not conditional. So submission doesn't even need you to be married. If you are a feminine woman, you will submit to male authority, period. I need you to understand that. A lot of women will say, not you, Shantae, just women in general. A lot of women will say, "Oh, I'll submit for the right guy." Real submission, a woman who really truly is submissive to male authority, period. Now, that doesn't mean she's a pushover. Let me just say that. But she is submissive to male authority, period. Father, cousin, uncle, coworker, it doesn't matter. She is submissive to male authority just because and it doesn't have to be somebody that's in a position to lord that authority over her. She just submits to their authority, period, because she recognized their position in the world. Like, the man leads, period. Like, there's no commas, there's no asterisks. The man leads. Now, we do understand that there are some men out here that unfortunately do not know how to lead. However, ladies, you are not the one to tell him how to do that. Women cannot tell men how to lead. It don't work that way. If you are trying to tell a man how to lead, you're operating, you're out of order, right? You can't tell a man how to lead because men and women don't lead the same way, right? So you can't actually successfully tell him how to lead. You have to allow him to lead. Now, if you get a whiff that he is not a good leader, then there's an issue there. But you can't tell him how to lead. Men are different than we are. They're going to respond different, react different, behave different. And honestly, they're supposed to. We're not the same. We don't even feel the same. We don't act the same. We don't even have the same emotions. So as women, we are just not qualified to tell a man how to lead us properly, right? So I just wanted to say that sidebar. I just wanted to say that because I'm seeing a lot of talk around submission, and ladies get to talking about, I'll submit. I don't have a problem submitting to the right man. It's like, if you are a submissive woman, you have plenty of opportunities to submit. You have opportunities all day long, every day, the minute you step outside your door, to submit. I think the problem is we also don't understand what submission looks like. What it actually doesn't look like slavery. It doesn't make you subservient, not in the sense that we think of it today. It doesn't make you a lesser person. That's not actually what submission looks like. But I think people get the two like mixed up. And so then when you say submit, they go, "Oh, I'm not submitting." And it's just not the same thing.
Yeah, I think, to your point earlier, it's triggering. So when something is triggering to a woman, and I think it's definitely because a lot of women don't understand what it truly is, but because it's triggering, then they always go to the negative or the extreme. And that's when all this slavery and all this nonsense comes up. And, that has nothing to do with submission at all. Let me get some more of these comments. Let's see. Kenyatta says, some ladies now live in the housewife syndrome. TV, social media, and media alone have given women a false sense of reality when it comes to relationships. That's all facts. Yeah, that's all facts right there. Let's see. Shantae said, no, not at all, because they think submissive means bow down. Right. No, they do. Yeah, but I said that's not accurate. Let's see, she said yes. Let's see. Yes, I love it here. And she also said, woo child. Okay.
Girl.
All right. But yeah, no, like I said, all of this, I'm trying to understand. Yep, what it is. I'm trying to understand what the negativity is. I'm trying to understand what the triggering is. Because I think some of these things are at the root of our issue. you know, from the male perspective, you know what I'm saying? If you're going to your lady, your wife, or whoever, and you're saying, hey, I think it would be best if you did this, or I need you to do this, or I want you to do this. The man is definitely paying attention to your response. Yeah, he's definitely paying attention to that. And if it's something that, like I said, is definitely doable, or better yet, if it's something that benefits you as well, what is the problem? What is the triggering? Because to Vince's point, you know, if a man is even halfway decent, and the reason I'm saying halfway decent is because I've seen some cats who are not decent handle some business. But if a man is halfway decent, he is always trying to fulfill some requests that comes from a female. And I don't care if it's his mama, his wife, his daughter, his grandbaby, it don't even matter. The fact that she's a female, as soon as she requested of him, he gonna try to figure it out and make it happen, especially if it's something that's doable. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure why, you know, in some of these situations, dudes catch all of this flack. Like, I don't get it. Yep, and then too, especially when it's something that ladies will typically do themselves, right? Because this is not the first time I've seen something like this, and I'm referencing the first video. I thought some of this was somewhat normal. Yeah, when it gets around wedding time, you know, ladies go on these crash diets and you know the 20-hour slim down detox and all of this stuff. So they can get into these dresses and, you know, do that whole thing. So I'm like, why y'all so mad at the brother? Because he made a bet with his lady to you know, for her to drop some LBs, you know, so they can get married. Like, like I said, I don't get it. And that's why I said it's starting to feel like, to me, it's just the fact that the man said it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what it's starting to feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So would the ladies be upset if sis in the video was like, hey, I decided I wanted to drop off 120 pounds before I get married? Would y'all be okay if it happened that way?
Of course. Because she's doing it for herself. She's not doing it for no man.
See what I'm saying? See what
No,
I'm
but
saying?
for real, I'm not messing with you, Shantae. But seriously, that's the general consensus, right? I mean, just being completely honest, that's the general consensus. Women will say that they do a lot of the things that they do for themselves. They do the hair, the nails, the makeup, they do these things for themselves. And I'm all for it. Listen, I'm all for it. You're supposed to take care of yourself. Love yourself now. Come on. This is important. How do they say it? You can't pour from an empty cup. So definitely you should be taking care of yourself. But the weight is a part of that, ladies. Like, your weight is a part of taking care of yourself. And I'm speaking from personal experience because, you know, I also, you know, I just was like eating my feelings during COVID. I was eating all of my feelings, all of it. Eating was entertainment, okay? Like, I enjoyed myself. And now I'm paying for it. So now your girl, you know, on a Kanye workout plan. So it is what it is. You like it's the truth. Like, you can't, but I'll be honest. Like, sometimes you just need that outside motivation. Sometimes you cannot motivate yourself enough to really do what needs to get done. So sometimes you need that little outside that motivation. You know, hubby saying, not that my husband has ever said anything like that, but still, like, you know, if he did, I wouldn't be mad. You know why? Because, sis, like, you know what it is. You see it before I do. So it's like, ladies, we gotta be for real. Let's just be honest about this thing. Like, come on now. If don't nobody say nothing to us, some of us won't change a thing.
And I want to make a comment too about the whole submission thing.
Go ahead.
And I'm gonna flip it for a man. You can't turn submissiveness on and off. I hear a lot of these ladies will say, oh, well, if I had a man, I'd be submissive, or I'll submit to the right man, or I'll do this. That's like a man saying, I'll be a provider, protector for the right woman. A man is a provider, protector regardless.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I think sometimes if ladies will switch it, then they can understand it a little bit better. If they can have it coming from a male's perspective. And like with the whole submission thing, even with Remy, she was a natural nurturer, even with the man that wasn't a natural provider protector. It's just who she was. She always cooked. She always made a plate. She always, even for somebody who didn't quote unquote deserve that, because that's who she was. Like, I've always been a provider protector. That's just who you are. So a lot of ladies, you can't turn because you're submissive in the workplace. You're submissive just in general. And submission only really means to men it's a feminine cooperation. That's really all it is. It's not saying that you do everything I tell you to do, or I'm your daddy, or nothing of that nature. Get that trauma, negative spin that they want to put on it. Take it off of it. Take that off.
Yeah. No,
You
that's
know what I'm saying?
no, that's facts. But I think also what we're dealing with in addition to that, Vince, is because some of our women don't truly understand because it's just really two things that we're talking about. So we're talking about femininity and we're talking about submission or being submissive, right? Now, those two things go hand in hand, but they're two different words, right? But because some of our women do not understand truly what those two things are, they have essentially rebranded them, right? So now you've got these feminine women, and what you see is this it's essentially this new costume. So it's waist beads, they burning this sage, they doing yoga, like they hip rolling,
Soft
like
life.
it's soft life, right? It's been
That's soft life.
rebranded.
Yes.
Right, it's been rebranded. And see, because of the rebrand, a lot of women are buying into that facade, and it's not genuine, right? It's not coming from within them. To your point, a woman that is feminine, she's always feminine. Feminine is not feminine. A feminine woman is not just about how she dress. Yeah, but see, that's what we rebranded being feminine to. She wear pink. She burn candles. It's just like, and it's like that's not even what feminine is, right? So when we look at those pieces, that's what we're dealing with now, because people are buying into that because that's easier. It's easier instead of actually being feminine with men that you are around, regardless of who they are. It's easier to go get some waist beads and get some sage. That's a lot easier. You see what I'm saying? Because see, being feminine actually involves some work, because you got to be conscious of who you're interacting with. You got to be conscious of how you're speaking. You got to be conscious of confrontation. Like there's things that play into that. Like I said, and for the most part, ladies should have that naturally, but a lot of that has been curved because a lot of the this masculine stuff that we got going on now. So it has kind of overshadowed that. But yeah, we dealing with a whole little mixture of stuff in that space. Let me get some more of these comments. Let's see, Kenyatta said, let's see, I just had this conversation with a friend of mine. Yesterday, I was explaining that she can't lead her husband. She can't lead her future husband. She said there will not be gender roles in her marriage. Uh-oh. I wanted to ask then, what's the point of getting married? Yeah, Kenyatta, you should have went on and asked her. What is the point of getting married? I already knew when you just said, she said there will not be any gender roles. And I'm like, did she discuss that with her husband? Never mind. We're going to come back to that comment. You got to get me started. All right, let me go down to this next one. Let's see. Donovan said, side note, the bride-to-be lost weight prior to marriage. Guess who got a new husband plus a whole new wardrobe? Facts.
Right. Bonus.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Next comment. Shantae said, let's see. Oh, lost it. She said, I dated a decent guy, let's see, that didn't pour into me, i.e. career, health, or financial. He paid the bills. That, yes, allows me to put myself in position, but it wasn't teamwork. So he didn't get all of my submission. I don't know,
Both of
Vince.
y'all said the
I'm gonna
same.
let Vince. We're gonna come back to that, Vince. I want you to think about that for a minute. I want you to respond to that. We're gonna come back to that. Let's see. Also, Shantae said, "Good question." Yeah, that was from Vince's question. Let's see. Not be gender roles till she have to provide. There you go.
Right.
All right, we ain't gonna gloss over this one though, Shantae. We coming back to this. What you thinking, Vince? What you thinking? I heard that noise you made. Tell me what you thinking, man.
Y'all funny.
I didn't understand how was he. So he wanted, and see, I think this is something here too. This is something here too. I'm feeling in my spirit.
What you feeling?
That we've been raised to want the same thing, and our nature. But when nature takes course, that's when the problem come in, because most of us have been raised to be a support system. And I'm reading this. I'm like, well, how is he? I don't understand the career and financial. If he paying all the bills, then he is pouring into her financially. So I don't understand what she wanted, a girlfriend. See, because that's probably what it is. She wanted somebody she could come home to and talk about her career and talk about her problems and yeah. And he's like, I'm paying all the bills. I'm gonna talk about, So we grow up wanting the same thing, and then nature takes over. That's why you have so many women. I hear it all the time. Well, he wasn't ambitious enough. But you didn't want that. You wanted a partner. You didn't want no gender roles. But then when it comes down to it, a woman, we want these nuances. And it just doesn't work a lot of times with these nuances, because a woman really does not want to be the main provider,
right,
and have the responsibility of that. It's just so funny to me how you don't want gender roles, but then you want us to be. If that's the case, then that's just wear it all out there. That's okay. Well, we're not opening no doors. We're not paying for no dates. Cause that's what it is. That's a gender role. Oh, well, he has to be chivalrous. Why? That's a gender role. Why I have to open up the door? Why do I have to pull your chair? That's a gender role. But you want that too, though.
Right.
So it seems like it's a gender role because they don't want to do their part. It's a gender role because I don't want to cook every day.
Man, say that again, man. That's the part right there. Say that again. Oh man, yeah, say that again, man. Don't want to do their part. Oh, did we lose Vince? I think you might have froze up. I'm gonna let you come back, Vince. I'll hold you.
Yeah, sorry about that. My connection is crazy. It's never a gender role that will benefit us.
Right.
It's only a gender role that will benefit them. Because if that's the case, then let's just do a 50-50 for life. They don't want that. They really don't want that. They really don't want that. Every dollar they make, they pay 75 cents. We pay 25%. But you still give us the respect and the reverence that we want as men. They really don't want that.
Nah, they don't want that, man. I say this to me and Chloe had these conversations all the time. I said the ladies like to pick and choose. Yeah, they want to pick and choose. That's typically how that goes. Let me get Shantae's comment. She said, because the one I'm with now offered to make sure I was okay while I went to further my education. Okay, I can understand that.
What does that mean? I don't understand it. What does that mean? Further her education to do what? To pay some more bills?
It sounded like he was funding.
To do what?
Yeah, it sounded like he was funding the operation. Yeah, I'm assuming it sounded like he was funding the operation for her to get another, I'm assuming some paperwork, a degree or something, I'm guessing. Let us know, Shantae. And she said the ex just paid the bills, the same bills he would pay if he lived alone.
But he didn't live
Shantae,
alone.
wait a minute.
But he didn't live
Wait a
alone.
minute.
You were living with him.
Wait a minute, Shantae. Hold on.
Come on now,
Shantae, you
sis.
got Shantae, you need to get up on this panel. I need to understand what's going on. So you saying my man was paying the bills. What you want this man to do? Let me understand that. Yeah, I need you to come up on the panel here. Let me do this. Let me see if you got the guts. See if you got the guts. I'm gonna do that right there. Yeah, you let us know. I need to understand what this situation is about. So I see my man is already kicking out some money. Yeah, I need to understand what that's about. Let us know, Shantae. I'm gonna leave that link up there just for you. I think, is that all the comments? Yeah, I think that's all the comments. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna see what Shantae come back with, but yeah, like I said, I'm just trying to understand all of this. Oh well, hold on. Well, she ready. Oh, okay, hold on, Shantae. Wait a minute. Don't hold on. No. Okay, hold on. Let me
Put you to the test, huh?
She
No, I'm about
called
to
you. You said
man,
come on the
you say man up.
No, I'm about to get it. I'm about to get it to her then. You know what, Shantae? I'm gonna message it straight to you. How about that? I'm gonna message it right to you. I just sent you a message. And I'm gonna drop it in the comments too. I'm gonna cover all my bases just so you don't play with me. All right, it's in the comments again too. Yeah, you come on up here and join us. I need you to explain yourself right now. I'm gonna give Shantae a minute.
Let her come
All
on
right.
in a minute. I actually have a point I want to make too.
Go
Like
ahead.
just more so a perspective thing, right? Like so I was reading because you always be posting. Y'all, if y'all follow my husband, he always be posting these real messy posts. He real messy.
Come
He likes
on.
to post these real messy posts,
You can't make this shit
trying to
up.
get people to say, he be ladies, y'all already know he be real messy. So
Well,
you
she
know,
ready.
I'm gonna comment on something about that he posted, y'all. I already know if y'all follow him, y'all know what it is, but I want to give Shantae a chance to talk. So
Shantae, you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead and explain
Okay, yeah, because
yourself. We
it's
need to
okay. So
understand.
it does sound very confusing. So the ex, so say, I mean, whether I lived with him, he lived with me, we live together. At the end of the day, if you're a single person, you can take care of yourself. You paying your own rent, mortgage, lights and gas, water, whatever it is. Okay, boom. So if somebody comes in to the situation, you still paying them same bills regardless. Okay.
Okay.
So the difference is, so with the guy that I'm with now, no, we don't live together, but he is offering to make sure that I'm okay financially. So financially don't just mean my mortgage, rent, lights and gas and water. That still means my well-being, whether it be soap, toothpaste, anything. And that's why I was saying, like, I didn't feel like the ex was pouring into me financially. Yes, he put me in a position where I could do it on my own. And I guess old boy is still putting me in a position where I could do it on my own, but it's more of a sponsorship, which is not like I'm not saying in a bad thing because we are together, but it's more of a sponsorship than putting me in a position for me to do it myself.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, so while he didn't, say anything about maybe, and I didn't even think about it. Not saying I didn't think about it, but I was okay where I was. And, I wanted to do maybe entrepreneurial things but I never thought about, okay, I'm a phlebotomist. Go ahead and get that RN and, I'm gonna take care of you. The other guy wasn't like that. It wasn't any pouring into me like, hey, do you want to take your career further? Or, hey, do you want to go get a bigger house? Or, hey, do you want to go get your teeth whitened? Or, hey, just small little stuff. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, hey, we hear you, my girl, I'm this. You going to cook a couple meals for me, back that ass up a little bit. And then that'd be it. I don't like that. That's not teamwork to me. And no, he's not putting me in a position to pay more bills. He put me in a position because he's like, hey, you want to make some more money? You want to make some more money? Hey, I could put you in a position for you to make some more money, not to pay no bills.
I have a question. Just right quick. Just one simple question. What's your intention in this relationship? Is it to get married and commingle, or is it just y'all dating?
The ex intentions was to get married, and then then the years went by. Then about time year 3 or 4 came, I'm like, okay, this is not for me. And then I changed my environment, and and then like the guy now is just a whole total different thing. It's just I can't explain it without I'm not trying to sound like I'm not trying to sound like a certain kind of female, but I just didn't feel like the ex was pouring into me like this ex
So like the new guy. Oh, do we lose her?
for me.
Yeah, we kind of lost your volume for a minute. Say something else for me, Shantae.
Can you hear me?
No, we hear you good now. Okay. All right. Yeah, we just lost you for a minute. Okay. I got you.
So did I answer your question, Vince?
I have to understand. With me, I'm different. And the reason why I asked that the intention thing was because it seemed like
because I had to pull back my submissive.
Do you want a husband or do you want a boyfriend? That's if he your boyfriend and he want to push you to go out and work more and kill yourself working. Go right ahead. But do you want a husband that's gonna think about y'all together? Is what I'm not trying to get. That's what I'm trying to get understanding.
Well,
a lot of
initially
people,
the ex was
my
supposed to
thing
be.
is, a lot of people put these relationships and it's about building this. That's what everybody, this whole 50-50 partnership, take over the world. We gonna be millionaires. I'm a phlebotomist now, and then gonna push you to be an RN, and we working for it. I'm gonna push you to be a trucking, and then y'all do all that, and then you spend so much time being an RN, which takes up a great amount of time. And then you pushing him to be an entrepreneur, and he at his job all the time, and y'all ain't spending no time together. And 5 or 10 years down the line, you wonder why y'all done grew apart, because y'all pushing for these careers. I don't know if you get what I'm.
No, I definitely
can.
I definitely understand what you're saying, because that's what I told him. I said, I'm getting a little older now, especially if I'm about to be in a position being taken care of. Why I want to go work hard to start a new career, start from the bottom on seniority and all of that. No, so I definitely agree. I was just saying the difference in men.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
And you probably just didn't like them like that. They just keep it 100. Sometimes you just don't like
that was 4 whole years. I definitely liked them like that. It was
okay.
just because in the beginning I was very nurturing, very, not mother nurturing, but very domestic. And I was very, even if I wasn't on the audition, it's just me. So I was just doing what I was doing. And then I had to draw back oh no, hold on.
Why though?
Because, okay, so me drawing back was, okay, those nights that I didn't want to cook, I might have had a little motivation because I had a man. But when I took my submission back, if I ain't want to cook, I ain't cooking.
Huh.
It's one for taking one for the team, and it's another I ain't doing it because I ain't getting what I need out of this.
But okay, so that's what I'm saying. But that sounds like it was conditional. So my man, he was giving you
it was conditional after I learned some things about him.
That's what I'm saying though. So my man was giving you 60%, but that other 40 just wasn't adding up.
It wasn't adding up.
Yeah, no, I get that. So that's what I'm saying. So you're gonna put conditions on that, because at the end of the day, like Vince was saying, you wasn't really feeling my man like that to that extent anyway. You did some time with him, but in the background, that thing still wasn't sitting right.
It wasn't.
Yeah, no, I understand. No, we can keep, we keep it a buck on this show. We're gonna go and get into it.
Honestly, I've been in those relationships too. That it's something ain't right in the butt. You ain't got nothing else to do with it. Then them years start rolling. 2 years, 3 years. Okay, we getting married. You go back. I told you I have 3 failed engagements. So I understand that whole we get married and ain't that all you doing is putting a placeholder there. That ring was a placeholder. Be with somebody 7, 8 years, they ain't even talked about a ceremony or nothing. Just got a ring. And we living together. So I understand with the years, and I think that's where the intention. That's why I asked, well, what's your intention with this new guy? Is it marriage from the beginning, or is it just my boyfriend and we just dating? You over here, I'm over there, you know,
And maybe
and
the
we
difference
cool.
was it wasn't talked about intentions, but I figured our age, because we never talked. Okay, so we kind of did talk about marriage, but it wasn't like anything on our bucket list. So maybe that was the thing. That's where we both went wrong, because we didn't have that conversation in the beginning about intentions. I just assumed that was going to be the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
no,
yeah.
we get that. We get that. We get that. And like I said, that's that's part of it. We know when it comes down to something as serious as marriage, and you brought up a good point about our age. Yeah, we can't even do no assumptions no more. We got to go and get down to we got to get down to it. Cause yeah, like I said, you know what I'm saying, you be thinking that cats got it figured out or cats know what needs to be done, and that's not the case. Then you end up burning this time up, and it's like, all right, I got to go ahead and pull out and basically start this thing all over. So now we got to get right to it at this point. We can't even be playing with them like that no more. All right, and I think we got better clarity on what was going on, Shantae.
Yep,
You
and
had
I
us.
wanted to thank you for the clarity on the whole feminine thing and the whole, because I was struggling with that, because I am I nurture in some Jordans, like you were saying, like the pink, the whole color pink is associated with being feminine, and I want to thank you for clearing that up, because I be struggling on the inside about my femininity.
No, I understand. But I said I think the important part about a woman being feminine is being feminine comes with a lot of power. Yep, and
Woo
I said
child.
a lot of ladies today don't understand that.
Mhm.
When a lady is actually in her feminine energy and moving like that on a normal basis, man, that thing come with a lot of power. I mean, you can have dudes doing all type of stuff, and I'm not saying dudes out here soft, but a dude who was really about his business, when he encounters a feminine woman, and I said, I'm sure Vince can co-sign. He be trying to make it happen. Whatever she asking for, because I said when he knows that when he come to her about something, she gonna be like, all right, baby, I'm on it. I got it. So in turn, if she come to him about something, he like, yeah, what you need? How many? What is it? What it costs? Okay, all right, we got you. And it be that simple. So a lot of the fighting and bucking and all this stuff that ladies be having to do with these dudes, a lot of that come from the fact that they not moving in their feminine energy. Yeah, but that's just really what it is. Because I said at the end of the day, a man can sense another masculine, like he can sense that. So yeah, he can tell when when a lady has that in her. But like I said, when she's a feminine woman and that's how she moves naturally, and I'm not just talking about in a relationship, I'm talking about in any situation around any guy. Yeah, that's like I said, that's a lot of power right there. And like I said, a lot of ladies they gotta understand what that really looks like and how things could be a lot easier for them overall, if they tapped into that and really lived that life. So yeah, just to put that out there. But no, I'm glad we was able to clear some things up. Let me say this real quick since you threw that out there. Ain't nothing wrong with a pair of Jordans.
I know, but they don't associate gym shoes with femininity, just like you were saying the whole color pink thing. They don't, it's just, I guess now social media and it's cool to get the J's. I'm talking about back in the day when we was in high school and people was skipping school in the morning, come to school with the Jordans. I'm talking about back in the day. I ain't talking about now,
For sure. But I said I don't think none of these dudes today. We ain't turning down no fried chicken and no collard greens just because they was cooked in some Jordans. We still about to eat. So
I know that's right.
It's whatever.
And then I think also too, Quay, in these relationships, it's like we must start to be intentional. We got to figure out what we need and what we want sooner.
Right.
And that's why I think I'm so wide open now, because this man came to me and he had all kind of plans. Women get turned on just by telling you to get ready for a date at 8. Shoot, that wasn't nothing. This man came talking about marriage. He almost scared me. Like I thought he was desperate to be married because the way that how he came intentional with me. And I had to ask questions. And I was like, do you want a wife or you want me to be a wife? Because how he was talking, I felt like he just wanted a wife. And that little intentional coming around got me wide open, Vince.
Yeah. But then also that intentions comes with actions also.
Facts.
Somebody will sell you a dream because they think that's what you want to hear. My thing is sit tight, hold back, and see where his actions like. If he wants you to be a wife, then he should be making moves for that to happen. You know what I'm saying? And then,
Like what? I like what? Teach me the game, coach.
Well, I know with my wife, I was intentional from the beginning. I wanted a wife, so all that play was over. All that having other women and you all that was over. I could leave my phone face up in the house, go somewhere, leave my phone there face up. I wasn't calling back like, "Hey, my phone there. Ooh, well, I hope nobody don't text me." I was serious. So you gotta see somebody serious. See in their life, if they serious, are they really making plans for you? And plans mean okay. Well, plans mean okay. We want marriage. Okay, well, we need to really sit down and talk to maybe a counselor, get some things in the open. Have our kids met each other? Have you met his parents? You see where he come from. You see people around him. His character, how he pays his bills. He got some child support. Okay. Well, let's work it out then. We got to put everything out on the table because we wasn't playing. We ain't have no 3, 4, 5 years to waste. Now, mind you, I'm 50. I don't know how old you are. So those actions have to come after the intentions.
And how long were y'all together before y'all got engaged?
We met December 17, engaged. I think we married a year later. We've been married for 3 years, and we have a 2-year-old, and she's pregnant now. So
congratulations!
I wasn't playing no games. I told you, I had been engaged 3 times.
You said you 50?
Oh yeah, I had been engaged 3 times. 4 years with this one, 8 years with this one, 2 years with this one, because I wasn't intentional.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't ready. I had not prepared myself to be a husband. See, a lot of it has to do with men. We have to prepare ourselves to be a husband, and it ain't just this. You have to prepare yourself, and so we got to look at these actions. Now, if his actions is coming behind that, if he's telling you, "Look, babe, okay, well, maybe we need to go talk to a pastor to really see, can we get this together?" Because saying you want to get married, and you ain't putting no actions behind it. That don't mean nothing to me. I'm an action person. So, maybe I need to go to some counseling and try to get things out in the open. If you got kids, how the kids get along? Have you met his parents? How did where he come from?
Yeah, I have done. That's all checked out. That's what I was trying to see.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a process. I think ours just work together because on top of that, I'm naturally what she needs, and she's naturally what I need. It's not she had to adjust, and she's just naturally and I'm naturally. So we just fit right in. So it wasn't it was definitely. But I think once I really got myself together, then God blessed me with a wife.
Oh, definitely, especially you being 50, about to have a baby. That's definitely a blessing.
Really got myself together. He blessed me. Yeah. So I think that because I was telling a younger friend of mine is that, and she had never even thought about that. I said, okay, you want a husband, you want to be married. I said, you get that out the second or third date, because you don't want to start dating and don't ask no questions. Then you start liking him. And then you find out he got a 3-year-old and still dealing with the baby mama. But you said, well, we just dating, so it don't really matter. And then you wind up going through. And she said, you know what? I've stopped things before they began. And she said has been the best advice I could have ever got.
So because y'all
I lived
naturally,
it before my feelings got involved.
so because y'all naturally mesh like y'all do, neither one of y'all had to earn it.
I was gone on the third date. I knew she was my wife the third date. So it wasn't after the third date, it was over for me. And I told her I ain't playing with you. And
that's right.
We just moved on down the line. You know, and then and this is my personal. I had lived with women. I said, you know what? I'm gonna do something totally different. We never even lived together.
So you
I'm not
didn't
gonna
make
waste
her earn it, is what you're saying, because you knew that she was for you, so therefore you did not make her earn it.
Well, she had already earned it. She earned it after the third day. I knew she was, but I didn't want nobody else to have her.
No,
That's how I got it. You ain't going nowhere. You mine. And that's just what it was. I mean, so I decided to do something different also. And I think that's what we have to do too. I said, you know what? I'm not, and this is my personal belief. You know, some people, believe that you should live with people before you get married. I said, I did that 3 times. That wasn't, I said, I'm going to go into this the right way, my right way. I said, we got engaged, we got married, then we bought the house, then we moved in together as a married couple and started our life as a married couple.
Oh, okay.
We ain't started our life girlfriend and boyfriend living together. We started our life as a married couple. And I think because I'm a believer. And I think when I did the right way, God poured out a blessing that I wasn't even able to receive. And I think it was because I did it that way. But that was for me. So,
well, let me say this real quick though. Let's say, Shantae, you keep asking this question. You still gotta earn it.
That's what I'm keep asking, because that was the whole triggering word, was earn.
Yeah, you still gotta earn it. And like I said, at the end of the day, that's gonna look different per man or per person that you're dealing with, but you still gotta earn it. You still have to achieve those milestones that this man is looking to check off of his list before he is willing to make that type of life-term or lifelong commitment. So you still got to earn it. Because I said, this is the thing, right? I know there's the saying that goes around, right? He who finds a wife finds a good thing, right? Essentially what that means is the wife or the woman is showing you that she is wifely before the commitment is made. So she is already showing you what she's made of. She's already essentially earning or has earned your recognition. She already has validated some of your concerns that, okay, I was concerned about this, but she has that covered. She has that covered and so forth, right? So going back to what Vince said, this is important on both sides. We have to get in the mindset of preparation. Yeah, a lot of us just be going into this stuff nilly-willy, but there's a preparation process. A man knows for a fact that he has to be prepared before he even comes to you. And I'm talking about real dudes. I'm not talking about no whack cats. A man knows he got to come to you already prepped and ready to go before he gonna come and get engaged and talk about getting married to you. Any real dude knows that. I gotta have this money together. I got to make sure we got somewhere we're gonna be able to stay. I got to, there's stuff that a man has to come with out the gate. Yep, I'm trying to clear out debt before I get with you. So we go into this thing, less debt heavy. Like, it's always preparations that a man is going through before he even gets to this point. And I know for some ladies, they're like, oh, why is taking him so long? Well, because he might have to get some stuff together before he come to you because he want to come correct. But that also at the same time goes for a female as well. Yeah, she's supposed to be going through a preparation process as well. Yeah, because at the end of the day, you guys got to combine. You got to connect. You got to link up. You got to balance each other. So if the man is over here going through his preparation to get ready to come correct for you, then you got to go through your preparation to get ready to come correct for him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what it come down to. So like I said, that earning, that's still there. That ain't never went nowhere. I know y'all don't like that word. Like I said, I'm gonna switch it up just for you, Shantae. We're gonna say audition. That
Yeah, because I
audition
don't
is
like
still
that
there.
earn word. Like,
There they go with that trigger.
this ain't no ultimatum. This ain't
You earn your
the
promotion at your
gauntlet.
job, don't you? Wait a minute. Don't you earn your promotion at your job? You earn that, right?
Yeah, but I earn a promotion by doing my job and doing it well.
So what's the difference?
Uh-huh.
I can do my job well, fat.
Bruh.
It's like I'm just playing.
I know you had to laugh at that.
I'm just playing. But you're
No, it's
right.
all good.
You right. I just don't like that earn. Because at the end of the day, like I don't like that earn. Yeah.
No, I get it. But I'm gonna say this, Shantae. Let's say I know we run up on that 10 o'clock up here. I'm gonna say this real quick. I need the ladies to stop getting so triggered. Yeah, just because some of this stuff is coming from these men, I know it be getting up under y'all skin, but y'all gotta let some of that go. Yep, all of these men, you know what I'm saying, they don't have ill intentions. Yep, at the end of the day, you know, listen, I know people was up and down on the video number 2 that we put up earlier, but my man was making a valid point. You know what I'm saying? When a man is making a decision to marry a woman, in his head, this is a lifelong commitment. Yeah, this ain't no short-term stuff. This ain't no get in, get out. I'm gonna be honest with you, Shantae. When dudes talk about getting married to a woman, they're not even considering no divorce. Yeah, they're not even considering stuff not going right. Yeah, the only way that they looking at it as we're gonna make this thing work, we're gonna ride it out till we dead in the grave. That's how men look at that now. Ladies may be looking at it different. I don't know. The ladies will have to validate, but men don't look at it like that. Yeah, so at the end of the day, he wants to make sure that everything is in play. Because once again, like I said, he's thinking about this lifelong. And I said, we know typically how divorces go. You know, divorces are not, they're not typically sided to the man. Yeah, so like I said, you know, that's not even in the man's head. He's not thinking about no divorce. He's thinking about making it work and going the long run, having some kids, having a legacy, getting old, getting gray, playing some dominoes with his boo when they're 75 years old. Like, that's how the man thinking. Yeah, so let's say he wants to make sure stuff is ready, stuff is in line, stuff is structured out, so y'all can roll with the least amount of resistance. And that's just what it is. But like I said, at the end of the day, that involves preparation on both sides. But man, I appreciate you joining us, Shantae. I appreciate you joining us. You got to come on the panel a little more often. See, I like your energy on the panel. You're gonna have to come on back on the panel.
Look, this when I seen it earlier, it had hit the spotlight. Hold on, because this man be telling me I'm a wife in training and all kind of stuff. I'm like, well, hold on, let me go on and tune in to this because I think I might be going through this.
So that's what wait. So that's what bro said to you. He said you're a wife in training?
Oh, all kind of stuff. When we if we at a restaurant and the card come back, he get a card I sign for it so I could tip the waitress. Like he be living a lifestyle, and I'd be like, wait a minute. Then I feel bad when I don't be wanting to do wife like stuff because I don't have a ring, and I'd be like, dang, but he's such a good guy and he do whatever for me, and I do have a relationship with all his kids, and this will be his second marriage. And
Shantae.
And like you said, it was more it was more validation for me because, like you said, he is trying to do everything that you said. So it was so positive that you're saying this because he is doing everything that you said. He's trying to make sure everything is in order. He's trying to make sure that I got the best relationships with his family. He's trying to make sure that I fit right in, you know. So yeah, I think he on the right path.
So let me say this, because I said I keep hearing this and I don't know where the heck it's coming from. So my man is already showing you husbandly traits.
Yes.
So why do you feel like you shouldn't show him wifely traits just because you don't have a ring?
I know.
You gotta
help me understand that.
No, I show him all of that. But you know, when I cook for you, but dang, I'm packing lunches before you go to work. Like I'm a wife. Like dang.
You hear this,
Like,
Vince?
I'm cool with cooking. Even every other night. I cook about 3 times a week during the week. I'm cool with that. But dang, I gotta pack lunches too.
You know what, Vince? You hear this, man? You hear
Like,
what
can I pack? I cook now. Can I pack the lunches when I get the ring?
I don't even understand all that because I'm so spoiled over here that I'm like, I ain't going no. I don't even know how to work my washing machine, man. And I be trying. She be like, move out the way. Move out the way. She won't even let me. She don't
But
want
y'all
me.
already living that lifestyle. Y'all got kids on the way, and y'all already living that lifestyle. I'm
But
not living
she
that
was
lifestyle.
that way from the beginning.
Oh no.
From the but that's how, just like I told you, that's how she was though. She was that way with somebody who didn't even. It's just how she was. So it was. I guess
that's how you knew on the third day.
On that third, and then
that's how you know on the third.
I knew on the third date it was over for me.
72 hours.
This is Mrs. Williams. She's younger than me, of course, but yeah, it was over for me.
I mean, I guess look at it like this, Shantae. In your situation, my man's is he is making his intentions known with you. So I would say, if I think it's okay this time around if you pack the lunches. I mean, clearly he is letting you know where you stand in his life.
Yeah.
So it'd be different if he wasn't doing that, right?
So what am I holding back till marriage? What am I holding back for marriage then?
Do you think you doing it would make him not marry you?
No, I'm not packing no lunch. That's minute.
Well,
okay, so
what am I saving for marriage though?
But see, you gotta say that you just like in the Bible, you are already a wife.
But he getting the milk and the cow right now for free.
Well,
I mean, listen. Here's the thing.
I want to get. Well, wait a minute. I don't want to get too far up in your business now,
right.
Shantae.
But if something happened to him today, I would be his special friend in his obituary. I wouldn't be his wife.
Okay, so wait. Okay.
That sounds like you need to put some
but are y'all
on it.
Are y'all in a co-living situation?
No, we don't live together.
Okay, so then I guess so here's the thing. You're not living with him. So that means you're just like cooking and then you take him lunches or like
oh no, he spends the night over here a lot.
That's so I guess for me personally, but that's like Vince said, right? Like he said with his wife, they didn't live together. Y'all don't live together. I get that.
Right.
But like perhaps that's the piece that you should maintain.
Well, let me ask you a question. So why the sex?
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Wait a minute.
Like,
wait a minute. Hey, Chloe,
maybe that's the here. Piece that so you why maintain that.
So why the sex is not a problem then?
Because that's not an issue.
Well, why? Well, so you say
you can't make this shit up.
He getting the milk for free by a sandwich every now and again, but it ain't adding up, Shantae. I ain't trying to.
I'm not a beneficiary to nothing.
Well, my thing is
you can't make this shit up.
Cut everything off then.
That's what I'm saying.
Cut everything off then until he marry you. Cut it all and say, you know what? I ain't doing nothing until you put a ring on my finger. But you don't want to do that, do you?
Right.
We gotta get off of here, man. We gotta get out of here.
All right, Vince. I'll think about it. Thank y'all.
No, we appreciate you coming on with us, Shantae. Definitely come back and join us.
Lord have mercy.
Man, we got to get out of here. You about to extend the show out, Vince. No, man, it's 10 o'clock, man. We got to get out of here. Man, shout out to everybody who joined us tonight. We're going to do some quick closing statements that we're going to get out of here. You know what, Shantae, you still there? You want to say anything in closing before we get out of here?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Earn it, ladies. You earn it. Even if it's a trigger word, earn it.
Yes, I appreciate that, ladies. You definitely got to earn it. No, but I appreciate you coming on tonight and joining us. Like I said, definitely come back. I enjoyed you coming on. I said you definitely got to come back on the panel with us. You know, one of the future shows. I definitely enjoyed it. I'm gonna switch it up tonight. Let me slide over to Vince. Vince, you want to say anything in closing before we get out of here, man?
I just think you got to put your best foot forward. You got to be intentional. If you want to be married, put a time on it. Look, you know, you feel like that way. You feel like that. Okay, I want to give more, you know, but I need to be solidified in this relationship.
Right.
We over 30 though. We got to do something within 6 months. I need a ring on my finger. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't feel nothing wrong with an ultimatum. Like,
No.
look, if this is where we going, then this is what I need.
That's real.
That's
real.
I piggyback on that. Like, I agree. I think, especially when you get to a certain age, like at this point, you guys should know what you want and know where you're going in a relationship. Like, I mean, both of you have had enough experiences at that point to know, okay, this is what I do want. This is clearly not what I want, and you should be able to be, at a point where you can make that determination together, right? I think it's okay. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think you should meet him on date one and be like, listen, but I think after dating and getting to know each other and you guys are equally interested in each other, that's important. Then I think you can have that conversation and set expectations. Say, hey, what timeline do you have? I would like this, or I would like this, especially if you're trying to have kids. Like, I think that's a reasonable conversation to have. I think it's a reasonable conversation to have. I just think, we got to get clear. We got to get clear about what's expected of us on both sides. Ideally, the way to, ladies, for you not to feel like you're giving too much away is for you to withhold one of the most precious and sacred things, and that's your body. That's really how you don't talk about wifely duties. That's like the essential wife privilege for a man to know you in that way. And I actually think, ladies, this is where a man needs to earn it the most, because this is something that you should not just be giving away to every man. The problem is, ladies, not all of us. I'm not speaking about all of us or even a present company. I'm simply saying in general, we have dropped our standards, ladies. We have dropped our standards. And so now we think withholding things like food or other things that just aren't as significant. We think that those are the things that we should withhold because those are wifely duties. But nobody has the conversation about not moving in with each other. Nobody has the conversation about not having sex. Like, these are the types of things that a married couple was meant to enjoy together. Now, to each his own, whatever decision you make is between you and that other individual. I'm just simply saying, if we're going to have this conversation, then that needs to be the consideration. I don't think that, the difference between you wanting to cook a meal or do that kind of thing. I think at that point we're kind of splitting hairs. And I think that the real issue is, yes, as a woman, when you put yourself in a position where, you're doing all of those other things, you'll start to feel like, he getting the cow and the milk. I totally get it. So I think we need to take a look at how we're approaching these relationships and be more intentional from day one.
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, man, like I said, we're going to get up out of here. It's about 10:15. I appreciate everybody joining us tonight. Appreciate everybody dropping comments. Shout out to Kenyatta Myrix. Shout out to Woodley Lynette checking in. Shout out to my guy Donovan. Shout out to my guy Kevin Palmer as well. Like I said, this is Kandid Konvos. We do this show every night. Not every night, every Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, every Wednesday night. Let's say we're definitely live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. Shout out to Shantae for joining us tonight. Shout out to my guy Vince repping on the panel. Shout out to Chloe as well. So, man, definitely do us a favor. Like, share, and subscribe. Share out the show. Help us spread the word. Help us grow our coverage. Help us grow the platform. Like I said, and the other thing is bring a friend with you. You bring somebody to the show. Tell them come check us out. Let's say we're looking for all the perspectives, all of the experience, levels, all of the, all of it. So bring it to the conversation. Let's say it makes for great conversation so we can get down to the bottom of some of these things and, move our people forward. I said, that is the goal with all of these conversations, to move us forward, to get us thinking differently, and to change our mindsets as a community. But man, with that being said, everybody have an awesome night, and we will catch you guys next Wednesday.